Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. The holidays are upon us here on Studio Chatter.
I'm Stacy Beck. We've decked the halls with help from our friends at Elements Furniture.
And I'm Angie Murphy. The gang taught me into doing some gift giving and wrapping ideas.
Yay! And we'll talk about and taste some wonderful holiday treats. All this and more coming up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter, and Angie's back.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Missed you.
Thank you. Guys, we had some COVID in our casa. We did.
A little COVID, huh?
We were with family.
Well, it wasn't our place to tell. So.
No, and it wasn't really I don't know why. I'm such an open book. But with that, I know that it scares some people, and it was, my husband actually tested positive, and Bo and I were negative, but we honestly felt like we may have had it, but I don't know. I just was so worried about him. I kind of felt like that was not my story to tell, but.
So how was the 2 weeks of just being at home and being quarantined?
You know what? I get so restless. I don't know why I couldn't just calm down. At first, I think I was anxious because they wouldn't get me in to be tested because I wasn't symptomatic.
Right.
And it was right before the elections. And so it was weird. It took me 3.5 days to get scheduled to get tested.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you were negative. But
then I was negative.
Rhett was positive, so you had to be home with him.
Yes.
But
and
not
then,
with him.
Yeah,
apart
with
from
my
him.
medical office, they wanted me to stay at home for the 2 weeks too, just in case.
But you were not able to relax, Angie?
No, like the first few days, I kind of slept in.
Hard to believe.
I did kind of sleep in. I think I was run down. Like football was over.
Yeah.
Like there was a whole bunch of just let down, and so that was kind of nice. But then I was worried about him because he was really sick for like the first 5 or 6 days. Like really sick. Like he was down. And like didn't even hardly get out of bed, hardly drank, ate, like nothing. Really sick. So I kind of made fun of it, and I apologized to that. I don't think that I didn't think that it was real, but I think I was more like bugged about the control issue of it. But yeah, he got really sick, and I know that there's all different levels of it, but that was kind of scary.
How's he feeling now?
Much better. He got back to work this last Thursday, but he was off for almost 20 days, I think.
So he was not
2.5
feeling good
weeks
for a long time.
It took him almost a week to even like get out of bed.
Ooh.
And then another week of just slowly climbing back.
Oh,
It
good
was,
luck.
yeah.
Is there anything that's been prolonged, like maybe with the senses, the sense of taste, the sense of smell?
His wasn't super bad that way.
Okay.
He did lose it for about 4 or 5 days, and then it came back. I've heard of other people that like a month or two, like still lingering.
Yeah.
But that sense didn't go.
How was your test? Was it awful?
No, you guys, I was just all like stressing about it, that they were gonna dig my brain, and I got there and it was a spit test.
Oh, good.
No way.
I drove through, it was at the
and it was still
Springville
a
Instacare,
drive-through.
and it was drive-through, and they checked me in. You had to have a QR code, and so
Okay.
they scanned it at this little like booth, and then they had you pull over onto the grass, was like the new parking lot, and then you had to fill up this little spit thing to the line. And so you just sat there for about 5 minutes until you could fill it all up, and then you drive to the next little booth, and there was a guy all dressed in like E.T. phone home, you know, like just the suit with the breathing tube. And then they collected it from you, and then
they let you
then
know
you could
days
just get
later?
on My Health little app and then check your results.
Okay,
So.
well, good. We're
my
glad that you're
gosh.
back and that's
Yep.
behind you.
So that was
and
a long
we're happy
deal,
to
but
see
yeah.
your
You
face.
look fabulous. It looks like
thank
you
you.
made it to my sister's closet after all.
I did. You guys, I never go sweater sets, and this
Okay.
is so cozy.
Okay, stand up though, just
yeah,
right there.
you're
and
in the
show us.
fabulous sweater set
it's
that I
the
wanted so
skirt.
much. And look how it's
skirt
Look, you're
and a
adorable.
shirt.
You look amazing.
And it's printed with leopard.
Oh, that is cute.
But
Ann.
it's super soft,
fabulous
guys.
on you.
And I think that you could dress it up or down.
Oh yeah.
put on
and
some
it
Ugg
could
boots
actually
and
be
just-
taken apart, which,
Yes.
which I loved. Like, because they're the two pieces, I
Right.
really, really wanted one. But it just,
Yeah, like I could wear this with a plain
didn't look
black
great on me.
top,
Yeah,
and then I
looks
can throw this on
fab
with my
on you.
Levi's.
Love
we
it.
love my
Yeah.
sister's closet sponsoring
I do.
us. It's the best
I
thing.
love their
I
store.
love it.
I do too.
So I'm not in a dress. I just got this fun top, and I always have one or two of these type of shirts in my closet, and I think I was like low or out. So I was totally gravitating towards this with just the little.
It's pretty. It's boho and just
Yeah.
like light. Yeah.
And you can wear it out, but I've tucked it in with my jeans. So
I like it a
you
lot.
guys are both super dressed
Transitional.
up, and I'm totally low key.
No, I love that too. But I think that could go either way too, because it's a really dressy top, and you
Yeah.
can put that on with a pair of slacks too.
Right.
It could go either way.
Today I'm in holy jeans, so
That's
I won't
perfect.
stand
No one-
up.
nobody-
Well, I was very, very focused when we went shopping because
Yes.
I was like, I must have a dress. Like, I really, really, which is odd
Needed
for
a
me
dress?
because I'm usually very, very casual.
But they
I'm
have
like,
the best dresses.
They do, and such a wide selection.
Right.
but
you
I was
found a
like, I
beautiful one.
really, really was like, I need a dress.
Uh-huh.
And so I ended up getting a dress too, and then I ended up
Well,
belting
stand
it.
up.
Oh, I love
I
it.
want to see the
So
belt.
but I like it too because it has the pockets, and then
love
I
pockets.
put the little belt on it.
You know what
so,
my favorite thing is? The neck.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then
it's
the
super
little-
pretty, just feminine
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
top, little ruffle.
So
Very, very cute.
thank you, my sister's closet.
You look lovely, lady.
Thank you.
Well, we're just in the spirit, just in the holiday spirit. Just
I
so
actually came
festive
to this
here.
studio a little less dressy, and then I saw Natasha's dress, and I was like, I need to run home and put on my sweater.
And then I walk
outfit.
in and I'm like, what the heck?
Oh no, it's so fun. So thanks again. Well, and the last time that my sister's closet was here doing the fashion show, I really wanted to dress it up with the barrette, but I just didn't. I didn't quite dare do
We're
that
like
tonight.
past that age, maybe.
I
Is that
know.
what
I
we're
think
feeling?
so.
Kind of.
A little bit.
It kind of like is youthful looking,
Yeah.
so that it makes you look like you're trying to be like
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
young.
But I did try and sparkle my eyes a little bit.
Good job.
Nice.
I don't know if that helped.
Guess what I did today?
What did you do?
I wrapped my first Christmas presents.
You did?
I'm so proud.
And Angie, you're going to do a little
Oh my gosh.
segment on
I
wrapping.
am, and I
excited.
normally wouldn't.
Well, I
have
thought-
wrapped until now, but
I
you
thought,
know.
should I really be wrapping until I see Angie's
Yes, you
segment?
should.
No, I got it wrapped, and I'm like, I only did like 4.
That's fine. 4 is good.
Did you wrap when you were in quarantine? Did you have things to wrap?
No,
Did you shop online?
I shopped online. I did a project. I did wood flooring in my bathroom with
Okay.
Hayden. He was able to come
Oh, I
over.
saw that.
And I painted all the doors in my main level of my home re-white, like I just re-whited
Yeah.
everything because everything was just looking dirty and dingy.
And
so I
how
did
does it
all my
feel?
baseboards, all my doors.
No,
Good. And I
she's not
listened.
relaxing at all.
No, I saw that online. I know we have to cut. I know. Let's just talk really, really quick. So give thanks. The hashtag give
Yes.
thanks. Let's just talk about that super quick. I mean, that just changed up social media in the past
I
couple of
agree.
weeks immensely. I mean, I think it was just amazing. It has been amazing to see what everybody is thankful for, and just like it's exciting to get on social. It has been exciting to get on social media and
It
see
changed
all
everything.
the things, right?
Just, yeah, it was needed. It was truly inspired.
I know, and it's so crazy because it's kind of what I've been doing all year, and it was just like kind of like a reassurance, like that it helped me get through a hard thing, and I think it will help others. I really
Yes.
just
I
have a
think
testament
so too.
of it.
I totally agree. And it's not like just one religion. No matter who you believe in, it's
They're
being
doing it.
grateful and having gratitude in your
and
heart.
lots of people are doing it, not
Yeah,
just of our
it's so
religion.
exciting.
It's really neat.
I love doing
Well,
that.
I'm thankful for you too. I'm thankful for Studio Chatter. I'm thankful for Pete. I'm thankful for the holidays. And I just think
gonna
that
be a
it's
great season.
yes, it's going to
Yeah,
be great.
it will be.
Okay. Enough of that. Next on Studio Chatter, we'll talk about decking out the houses with holiday cheer. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Don't you just love getting home and walking into the feelings of the holidays? That's so much easier when you deck the halls, especially with the help of Elements Furniture and Accessories. Welcome Madi Jensen from Elements to our tables. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I was just going to say, you brought us this lovely scape.
Well, thanks. It's all my favorite things at the store, so I was hoping you also would enjoy them.
Well, we have so much to talk about.
Yeah,
First
we
of
do.
all, tell us where in Spanish Fork is Elements?
So we're kind of right off the exit to the freeway, but the actual address is 701 North Main Street.
Okay.
But it's close to, I think it's a Pepe's Grill, Curtis Design Group. So there's a small business park. Yeah.
And are you wanting to talk a little bit about Elements and the furniture store? Because you have like 2 businesses, right, in Spanish Fork?
Yes, it's a bit confusing. So I am one of the lead designers at Elements Furniture and Accessories. So we do furniture and accessories, so soft furnishings.
Okay.
But Remedy is, I call it the sister store, and they're the design firm. So they'll do new builds, remodels, big scale projects. We do soft furnishings for maybe a level of a home or 1 to 3 rooms, things like that.
Oh, that clears it all
You kind
up.
of get a 2-for-1 with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
What's your favorite time of year to decorate?
Definitely Christmas.
Okay.
I think fall's really pretty, just natural leaves and wood tones. But Christmas, you can kind of go more like woodsy woodland with sparkles, or you could do traditional red and white, which is really pretty too. We have kind of some Dr. Seuss themed decor at the store, so like bright colored pom-poms and trees, so lots of like pinks and reds and blues, and that's fun. Yeah.
That is fun. Do people have you come into their home and decorate Christmas?
Yes. I think some people don't know we do offer that service, but we do. I helped do a lady's tree last week, and that was really fun. But normally we do kind of everyday decor for most people, because that's usually what they want to invest in. But yeah, or my favorite is you can drop off a vase, and we'll just fill it with picks, tie a pretty ribbon around it.
Like this beautiful vase, right?
Yeah, so that's always really fun too if you are on your way to work. Yeah.
So you can bring in your own.
Yep, you can bring in your own vase. We'll fill it with picks. I'll send you a picture. If you like it, awesome. If you don't love something, I'll just change it, and you can pick it up on your way home.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
So what have you found is the trend this year with Christmas decor?
Christmas decor, I think pink, like a glam, sparkly pink is
Really?
selling fast. We have some pink velvet ribbon that's almost sold out. I'm trying to think. Your cedar garlands, the faux ones, we have really nice quality. I think there's only one left at the store, and it's used in a display high up on a shelf, so most people don't know it's there. So some of your traditional greens sell out really fast, and then the trend would be the pink, a bit of glam.
That's interesting, because I wrap gifts, and I did buy pink velvet ribbon and pink wrapping.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Of course she did. She's on trend.
Are you?
And it just, normally in the past I'd be like, no, that's kind of cheesy. And this year it's like, wow, that's glam. That's
It is. It's exciting too.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you normally wouldn't be drawn toward pink.
No, I wouldn't be. Maybe for my grandkids, but not to actually wrap with it, unless it's like for a baby shower. You know what I mean? Or
That's
springtime.
fun.
So
But
is
it's
something like
gorgeous.
this that you've pieced together, or is it one big garland, or?
This is 3 garlands.
Okay.
And then I have some picks to fluff it up a little bit more.
Okay.
And fill in the spaces.
And do you do this, where do you do garland? Like if you're going into a home, give us some ideas or tips of where you'd put garland.
Yeah, so you can do garland on your fireplace mantle, down your stair rail, maybe a console. I think really pretty for the kitchen table. You just weave it with, you could do trees or candles or something like that. It's hard to find a surface not to put garland on. But yeah, it's really fun, and some people have ledges just built in with their wall, and you could put it on there.
So I want to ask, like, if you're doing that, and I'm sure you know the answer to this because you're a decorator as well, but like if you're doing a garland on a mantle, what are your favorite things to secure everything with? Does that make sense? Like command strips, is that your go-to, or?
Command strips, you said?
Yeah.
Mine is duct tape, Stacy.
Yeah.
Really? On your wood?
Yes.
And on paint?
Well, I haven't put it on paint. But on my
'cause
mantle,
my
I
mantle's
have.
painted
Okay.
white.
And then I've wired,
Yes.
like, up
Let's
my
ask the
staircase, I've
professional.
used wire.
Doesn't that damage everything?
No, I don't know. My house is 18 years old, so I'm not super worried about. But just like, you're just wiring it around, like the.
I think, I know some people for their stair have used, I think they're called like zip clips or something. They're plastic.
Oh, like
yeah.
zip ties. Okay.
Thank you. I don't know
Ooh,
what
see,
they're
that's a
called.
good
And like
idea.
floral, like tape too.
Yeah.
Like I've used that.
For
That would
garlands,
be
you can
something.
usually do masking tape, and you just piece it under where there's a bulk of greens, because then they just lay on top of it and you can't see it either.
I think this is exactly why we should hire professionals. Like I would
Oh,
never
I
think
totally
of a couple
agree.
think of like these suggestions. I wouldn't even think of it. And you could probably come in and be out of there in an hour. Well, I would just lay it all out and then be like, what
Now
next?
what?
I'm awestruck. I mean, they've watched me decorate cookies. Like, I'm helpless. Like, I have ideas, but just securing it or putting it together, or I'm hopeless. So I would definitely need help.
There you go. At the store for our shelves, we don't use any tape. I think we've used like a nail, but it's up top and you can't see it, just little like hammer and nail.
Stacy, I've used staples before.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
If it's where no one can see
Right?
it.
Then
But
you're
for
okay.
ledges like your mantle, you kind of just want it drooping on sides. It's usually
Like a
doesn't
little
need
knoll,
anything
and then
too.
just like take it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
It depends
right.
on how like
How you're doing your garland.
and how crazy you are.
Oh,
to
I'm
get-
not going to be crazy at all. Okay, I want to ask, so in a month or so, holidays will be over. We're going to be in 2021. Can you foresee trends coming just for everyday decor?
For
Or
everyday
like a
decor.
color, a specific trend, something that maybe you guys have on order that you foresee really being a hot item?
I do know some of the newer lines opening up with furniture is a bit more coastal. I think just with COVID, people are in their homes a lot more and they want to feel at peace. So kind of calming, serene, really just nice natural textures. Some neutral tones, lots of wood tones. Thinking of some of our lines, and yeah, there's like the escape coastal living. Not too much farmhouse, but I think there's a lot to see from the farmhouse style, just playing with the natural textures
Okay.
mostly. And just simple. Less is more, especially with accessorizing. Keep it simple, keep it elegant. And yeah, I think it will just be people trying to make their homes feel a bit more of a retreat than what it is
makes
currently.
sense. I
We
like
have
that.
been retreating there quite a bit lately.
Yes, we have.
It's making me want to do
Are you
projects.
over farmhouse? What's your
Yeah.
style?
My style's a little bit more eclectic, I think. I'm still trying to figure that out, and maybe it's because I don't have just a set style, but our store style is transitional, so more of an upscale farmhouse, slightly modern, and just a little bit, not edgy, just simpler, but not too rustic, I guess I would
Okay.
say.
Okay.
Farmhouse can be a little rustic, a little country living, but there's still beautiful elements you can pull.
Right.
And so we'll do some homes that are just modern, and those are really fun, kind of a challenge because some of our accessories can lend themselves farmhouse. So it's balancing the two. And
Okay.
yeah, transitional is probably the forecasted style trend for homes right now, a bit mid-century modern. But if you look at a lot of interior design companies, their Instagrams, it's pretty neutral, lots of natural elements, and not necessarily farmhouse, but if you were to isolate a decor item, you could maybe see it in a farmhouse setting.
Well, and I noticed like up at IKEA, that kind of like makes me think like what's trending too, and like the forest green. I'm seeing walls that are painted like the
Yeah.
deeper,
Which
where we
is so
went so
crazy,
bright,
'cause
and then just like a pop of that forest green. Remember
It
that was like 90s.
I was going to say like 95. I remember
Yes.
buying like new living room furniture and having the wingback chairs and the forest green.
Yes.
That's a bit more mid-century modern, but yeah, the forest greens are really
Okay,
pretty.
I want to ask on blues. Are they still
I'm over blue, but it's still a popular color.
Okay,
Still
that's
lots
what I'm
of kitchen
wondering.
cabinets in blue. A home we did this summer did dark green though, and in the photography it almost looks black, but it actually has like a green to it. I think the blue now is a dark blue.
right?
Yeah, so not as
Okay.
light, or not that it was necessarily light, but not as royal blue maybe.
Okay.
I know when I moved my red up to my upstairs loft, just the pieces that I kept when I redid kind of more light and neutrals. And now I'm like wanting to pull some of that dark back down
That's
again.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I know our time's about up, but if someone wanted to get a hold of you, how would they get a hold of you? And can they just have you come into their home for a consultation? Like, hey, I want to redo this space. How does that work?
Yeah, so we do that all the time. We
Okay.
have multiple clients we work with, so they just give us a call. We kind of see what their needs are, how big the project is. But what we typically do for a 1 to 3 room design is they purchase a $500 gift card from the store. We'll go over for a consultation, get a feel for the space, their goals for the aesthetics, and then we'll put together a design board. So furniture, maybe a touch of accessories so they can get a feel for what we're
Okay.
going for. And we'll meet with them, and if they love it, they use their gift card towards the items they want to purchase. And sometimes we have to rework some things,
Yeah.
but yeah, then they order it and we
So it's like
That's so
it's
fun.
not. I don't want to say free, but it's not like it's $100 an hour for you to come in.
it's a really good deal.
Wow, that is amazing.
And I think we do that so people are invested in working with us.
Right.
But they can put that money towards really
love
nice
that idea.
furniture. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, best of luck.
Oh, I'm excited just talking about
Yeah,
it.
me
Yeah.
too.
Awesome.
Thanks,
All right.
Madi.
Thanks
You're
for
welcome.
being here.
Thanks for having us.
Coming up next, did you see something special in the mailbox recently? Stay with us on Studio Chatter to learn more about that. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Recently, you should have received something very valuable in your mailbox, and it's not a scam. Welcome Nick Porter, the City Public Information Officer, to the Chatter.
Thank
Shop
you.
local. What is it?
Well, I love that, and it's not a scam.
It's not a scam.
It's not. It's an awesome program. So simply, it's $75 that each residence has gotten to spend in Spanish Fork.
Okay.
It's part of the CARES money that we receive from the federal government. And as a city and with mayor and council decided to give that to the residents and in turn give that to the businesses and get money where it belongs in our local economy.
Okay.
I think it's such a great idea. So no one had told you to do this with the monies. You were just rolling around with the concepts of how do we get it there.
Right. The idea for the money is to really provide a stimulus for the economy in whatever way. We know that some of our residents have struggled. We know that some of our local businesses have struggled through COVID-19, and this is a chance to give back to both of those groups
So
and help them.
Instead of just writing a check
Well, each
to
city
get
got
people out.
a certain amount of money, and
Okay.
each city chooses how they want to spend it.
Okay.
So let's just say everybody uses their allotted amount of money. About approximately how much money would that put back into the economy here?
It would put about $1 million
Really?
in Spanish Fork.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you figure people are going to go in there and use that and maybe use a little bit more or something, but then maybe get them out to businesses that they hadn't seen before. Or
Yeah. Let's talk about what
whatever,
type
yes.
of businesses are participating.
So right now we have over 200 businesses that have signed up. Any business in Spanish Fork with a valid business license is eligible to sign up. And there's businesses where you can do your retail. We have some food service, some personal service, salons and doctor's offices, car dealerships, some of our jewelers. So just about everything you can think of. Some of our entertainment, and they'll accept these vouchers.
Can I snag this from you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just
So
kind of
then
want.
how does it work with the business wise? Like, so we give the business this and then how do the monies get recouped? How does that work exactly?
Great, so just like cash. So Natasha has the card, the mailer that you should have received. And there's just 3 break apart of the plastic cards on top.
Okay.
And you just use them as cash. So you take your items to the cash register, they'll ring up your total, give them the voucher first. They'll credit $25 and then you'll pay the difference. Or $50 or $75, you can use all 3 of them at one place.
I love that. So if I want to use it, if I want to use all 3 of these in one place that's out of those 200 businesses, nobody can say you can't, right? So I can use
We
all
encourage
70.
it.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all 75 at that one place.
And I have another question. What if your total comes to 23? How are they working that?
So as a city, we've encouraged businesses not to give change.
Okay.
They're welcome to if they choose to. But we'd encourage you as a resident to just grab another thing off the shelf
Okay.
and spend that money.
Spend
Right.
30. Come on,
Right.
Ange.
It's $29.09. I'm going to go and find $1. I got you. I just wondered with that.
Yeah,
like
and then
how
to
it
your
works.
other question, so
Yes.
the businesses will collect these, and then they'll bring them into the city. We'll count them out, and we'll write them a check that next week. So it's a very simplified
Wow.
process. The money needs to get to the businesses.
Right.
So we've made that as streamlined as we can.
And they can come in as often as needed, or they can wait until the end and bring them all at the end.
Right, either.
Okay. I did see a business already post that only 1 coupon per service. Would you advise against that? If someone wanted to spend it all, like you said, spend it all because it's just like cash?
Yeah, either way works.
Okay.
Some businesses it might be hard to get to a high dollar amount.
Okay, so
Others
maybe
it's
they're
quite
keeping
easy.
it.
So
Okay.
that's just up to the business and what they want to do.
All
Right,
right.
because basically it's just cash back
know.
to them, so it's not like a discount or anything like that.
Right, and the business has to hold that cost until they get the reimbursement. So there may be a week or two, and for maybe some of the smaller businesses that need the cash sooner,
Right.
that might be a reason that they just want one used.
So are there some businesses then that aren't part of the program, or maybe they've opted to not be a part of the program?
Yeah, so I asked this question on our Facebook Live last week to
Okay.
our Community and Economic Development Director. And I think he gave the greatest answer. we worked with the Chamber of Commerce and talked with Costco, Macy's, Walmart, and Lowe's, and just talked to them about the program and the purpose of the program, and they've declined to participate because this is really driven to help the local business, the local operators, and each of the residences. So you won't be able to use those cards at those stores.
Okay.
We want you to get to another store that maybe you wouldn't go to and spend your money there.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so we're grateful to have them in our community, either because of or in spite of COVID-19. Those 5 that I mentioned, including Neighborhood Walmart, they've done very, very well.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of my
Nick, will you
favorite
tell-
go-tos. How do we find the businesses that are participating?
Perfect. 2 ways. The easiest for me is just to look them up online. So we have a webpage, SpanishWork.org/shoplocal. You can also find it if you go to our homepage under residents. The Shop Local program is listed. And we update that every day with businesses that may sign up. It's not too late to sign up. And so that has the most accurate list of businesses that have signed up in the program. We've also given each business this sticker for their window. So as you're out and about town and you see these in a window, this is the business saying shop here, we'll take your vouchers, and we're
Okay.
participating.
What if maybe somebody hasn't received these? Is there somewhere that they can reach out to maybe say, hey, I've looked for these and I haven't received mine?
Yeah, so there may be a couple things that have happened. These came from New York. They came all individually, so there may have been something in transportation or, that it just didn't make it to the mailbox. So come into the city offices or give us a call. We'll check our list and that we send these cards out to. And if you're on it and didn't get it, we have had some extras that we can give out. And then also we've tried our best to get this to every home, to every residence.
Okay.
But we know there's some that rent, there's some that might not be listed and have a utility account, which is where most of this information came from. So, if you live in an accessory dwelling unit, if it's a garage apartment or a basement apartment, or you're renting, then come into the city offices and we'll work with you to get you on our list. Where
That's so great
you
to
can
hear. I
receive
actually
one.
received a text last week after your Facebook Live from a resident that said, my daughter lives in the basement. Will they get it? And I said, well, it's dependent on utilities. And they said, oh, the utilities are just included in one. And I'm like, sorry. So you're saying I can text them back?
So we want, it's a holiday program and we want to give. So, we want it to go to each household. If it's a different household that's living in the home, then they would be eligible. And there's a process to get registered as an accessory dwelling unit. And we'd love it for you to do that. But just come into the offices and talk with our utility staff, and we'll work to get this to the households that need it.
And how long do they have to spend the money?
Until the 31st.
Okay.
So
Through the end of
your
the year.
before Christmas sales and your after Christmas sales, you have through the end of the year.
Okay.
And then tell us how you got in charge of being able to implement this. What is your job at the city?
I'm just in charge of getting the word out. So we've had a committee working for a number of weeks on this program, and the details, we know there have been some other cities, Santa Quinn and Payson, that have done a similar program. So we learned from them and worked with, and kind of got what they did and then made it our own simple process. So I get to get the word out, and the ones with all the answers are our city manager and our economic development director, our finance crew, who've done a great job in putting this program together.
You get to be Santa Claus.
I do.
Deliver the gift.
Yeah, it's
That's
fun.
awesome.
Well, speaking of Santa Claus, what if maybe my household doesn't need the help necessarily? Is there a way that I could re-gift these to somebody else who might need the help?
Absolutely. We want these vouchers to be used.
Okay.
And so if you know someone who's in need that may be able to use it more than you can, then please give it to them and let them spend it. We want the money in the economy. That's where this money belongs. And so we want them to be redeemed. So
Gosh, yeah.
give them to another resident of Spanish Fork
Yeah.
and let them come spend it here.
Yeah, these really, I mean, they could accidentally be thrown away, so they are not a scam. Let's talk about that. What if they are accidentally thrown away? Is there a way to reclaim them?
That's
Maybe.
a tricky one.
I don't know.
Don't
They're
throw 'em
not
away.
helping scanned, right?
That's why my job is to get the word out.
Okay.
We chose not to go with envelopes. We didn't want them to blend in. We wanted them to stand
Okay.
out and to shout and say, this is something special. It's plastic, so you can't
And the
just rip
city
it in
logo's
half
on
like
it,
I do with
right?
all my
Right,
junk mail.
yeah. Yeah. I mean,
And we've also
they look pretty darn valuable.
put on one side, we put your last name and your utility account number. to tie it to you and just to show this is legit. We want you to use this money. So don't throw it away. If you do, then I haven't been doing my job right.
Yeah, no,
gonna
this
take
is
a picture?
fantastic. I mean, this is literally free money, and it's giving back to the
Absolutely.
city. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This is for you, Katie. I love Spanish Fork. This is just another fabulous reason, I mean, to live here, love this community, and giving back. So take advantage of this program.
Yeah.
This is so, so, so awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's exciting.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming tonight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, next on Studio Chatter is time to talk gifts and gift wrapping. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. It was 4 years ago that we first met our next guest, and it's our Angie, our resident gift expert.
Hello! Hello! Said the tree would get in the way. We'll move it in a minute.
Okay.
Hello, guys.
All right.
Has it been 4 years?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
my
And
heavens.
we need your expertise again because
Okay.
it is that time of year, sister.
Well, I'm standing up and Stacy said, are you ready or something? I said, I don't have that much. Oh, and I was like, okay, just kidding.
You have a lot.
Okay,
You have a lot.
so let's start with some little ideas, all
Okay,
right, that we
okay.
could do. So for neighbor gifts, I went up to IKEA, and these were like $2.
Okay.
And then this little thing is 79 cents, and I just wrapped the dish towel around it and tied it with a couple of little simple bows.
I have
and
that
there you
thing and I
go.
love it. I got it like years
darling.
ago and it just sticks. It has a suction
Yep,
cup.
has a suction cup. Darling
it.
little gift. Okay. Another little thing that I did was just get these trees from Target. And it just seems like the simple little tree, but if you wrap it up, and I just tied a couple of like little bows together, guys, and you can just wrap them together if you want to. Sometimes I'll wrap like one bow around it, and I'm like, that's not quite enough. And you can just take another bow and tie another knot and just do another bow on top of that bow.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily have to get both of them together and wrap it around. You can
And
just
you
do
put it
one
in the
and then
sack and
other.
everything. Otherwise, it just came just the tree.
Yeah, it just came the tree just like that.
And is it
then
a fake
I put
tree?
It in
I
the
was just
sack.
going to ask that. Is it a little fake tree or is
It's
it?
a fake tree.
It is a fake
But doesn't
tree.
it look so
Yes,
real?
it's
So
good.
I'm just in love with the little trees this year, and I'm like, it's just a simple little token, but I
Yeah.
love it so much.
What are you going to do with it? Like, what would you do with it?
I have it upstairs in my bathroom, actually, and I just have a little picture frame sitting next to it, and it'll just, in fact, I may leave it up year round in that little bathroom. But
It would
it's
be
just a
good.
Christmas decor, okay? Another thing that I'm doing because I love to wrap, and so I've taken that same dishcloth and used it as a bag, and
Right.
I've wrapped up all these items, my favorite kinds of ribbon,
No way.
and my favorite kind of twine, and I've wrapped it all up together in
And it
one
looks
of
like a
those.
tree.
And then I've stuck, let me grab it. Then I've stuck one of these cute little trees, which are also from Target, right on top, and then wrapped it all up. And I'd show you guys how to wrap it, but Pete may not be happy.
Okay, all the little
That's
trees.
all together in there, and so now they'll take it out and they'll have their own little tree for a little decor, and then they'll have my favorite kind of wrapping.
All the
Oh
little
my
trees are Target.
Target, and they were they came in a 3-pack for $10.
And the
Just like this.
And the tiles.
And these ones, no.
Those are Target too.
Those are Target.
The ribbon.
These ribbons are from my wholesaler.
Oh, okay.
And so I just have to gift them to you if you want them. But the twine you can find anywhere, and I've actually seen that at different craft stores
Okay.
as well. So you can get those out
Okay.
there somewhere. All right, let's put that down there. Another one of my favorite things, and you guys have one of the plates too, we've done the whole gift thanks, and at Walmart I actually found these plates that say grateful, which is so cute. So I'm gonna give these to my girls. And this is something, I've just added a real piece of little greenery on there, but you can add a faux one too, and so that they could keep it as a little sprig of something. But this one's just like a simple little tie bow.
That's so pretty.
I love this ribbon. It just has a little bit of texture. I don't know if you guys can see
Yeah.
that, but it's just elegant. And I feel like that you can use that again and again.
Right.
You give this gift and it can keep on giving. A cute thing on the top of that one, just taking a dowel, and you
Yes.
can find that at the craft store. And then I've taken some two-sided tape, and I've just made my own little flag. And on this it says thank you, and on the back I did the hashtag give thanks. And then I can make just my own little flag to put on the top of it. So if you put it inside of there, and stick the two together.
My gosh.
You've made your own little flag. And you can just top that. And you can do that in flowers or on gifts. You could do happy birthday. You could dress it up however you want. So that's just kind of a fun little twist.
Adorable.
Instead of a little card. Let's see, these are for my grandkids. And like we were talking before with the pink, I'm just totally in love with that. And I've just done like a soft little velvet. This is velvet ribbon. And I was only just gonna do the soft velvet, but then I'm like, I love the texture of this green one that I found. So just layering it, and then I added a little tree to that. You could add an ornament to it.
And this is for one of your grandkids.
Yep, that's for Magnolia.
Oh, see, I wouldn't even want to spend all the money on the ribbon. I'd be
I know, and you guys-
it has to be someone who will appreciate my ribbon.
Totally, yes, they do. And then they keep it. And I had one of the moms, the football moms. She's like, "You're gonna die, Angie." But every time you like gift something to the boys, like I would tie their beanies up with something. She's like, "I've taken all that ribbon and kept it."
Oh,
And was
I
like,
keep
"Good,
your
and
ribbon
reuse
too."
it."
I do too. I
And that's
reuse
what I
it.
hope so, because that's part of my gift to you.
It's a nice ribbon.
This is kind of fun too. Just do a plain wrap, and then I've tied like a real piece of greenery from Costco. You can go get the huge garland for $17.99 and cut that up and use it. I've just put pieces of it. I've also seen it wrapped all the way around and just tied, but I think they've just wired it on there. But then I just took jute and just wrapped a whole bunch around it and tied a little bow.
My
totally
gosh,
love
I
that.
would never
That's
think
so
about this.
creative.
Noxie, same thing. You just, with the ribbon, you just add like a pop. So it's just like Chelsea, like her pie, like the way it looked is
Yeah.
just like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. This makes you, it could be a $5 gift inside. But you know what? It looks fabulous.
Well, you know, I'm remembering when we first met you, everything was coordinated under
Yes.
your tree. Like, I think it was like black and red maybe that year.
Yes.
Everything was, are you the same way? Like, is everything still coordinated for you?
I do. When I'm gifting, I kind of find myself in a pattern. And so you can kind of see this year's like kind of the tree and the simple, more simple colors. But it was funny, last year I got so tired. I wrapped everyone's that I was giving beautifully, and when it came to me, Bo and Rhett, I like wrapped up and I was like, do I put bows on them? And Rhett's like, no, we do not need bows. So I'm like, okay, I didn't. But yeah, I do. I do like it all kind of matchy. These trees are kind of fun. This is from Rodworks, and it just looks just kind of a felt bottom, and it's really lightweight, but just darling, and they come in kind of different stacks. And once again, wrap it with a cute little cellophane bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are fabulous. These are up at IKEA, and it's a paper star, and then it folds out. It's split up, and it's a paper star, and you kind of wrap it up, and there's cutouts in it, and then I'm gifting like the little light fixture, and so it can hang from a window or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
And those were very inexpensive and just super, super cute.
Okay.
So my girls have those up. For the boys, golf balls. Taylor
Okay.
always wants some of those, so I always try and get a couple of those on hand to give to guys.
Angie,
'cause you never know.
before we run out of
Yes.
time, you picked up local things today. Tell us about those.
Yes.
these
Oh, really quick.
chocolate-
Where is it? Okay, the chocolate bombs. We have, this one is from Andrea Duncan, and hers is Baking with Andrea, and she's from Farmington, but she grew up here in Spanish Fork. She comes down to her sister-in-law's house and has these chocolate bombs. If no one has ever done them,
No.
Natasha's an expert on them.
And I've never done it. Don't
Yeah,
even know
But
what they
these are handmade, homemade. So
Yeah,
they're
these are
fabulous.
gourmet. So these are all the rage this year, and not even necessarily with the kids, but you put the chocolate bombs in your mugs and you pour the hot milk on them, and they kind of explode with the marshmallows inside. So super, super popular this year.
Follow her on Baking with Andrea, and she has a video of it, and it is so fun.
Yeah, that's
and it just has big
amazing.
marshmallows that
And
just
you
kind
can
of
pick
fall
these
out
up
of it.
in Salem at
Yes, instant message her, DM, Baking with
Okay.
Andrea, and then she makes a load, and then she brings them down.
and
to
you
her
go to someone's
sister-in-law's.
house to
Yes,
pick them up.
to
Okay,
pick 'em
not
up.
a store.
Awesome.
And then
Okay.
also our
Okay.
muffins, which we're going to have her on in a couple of weeks.
Now, are they muffins or cupcakes?
Sorry, cupcakes.
Okay.
She's a muffin lady. That's what she's called.
Oh,
she's
okay.
Muffin Miracles. But it's cute little cupcakes. She's fabulous. They're so yummy. These are apple pie ones to go with our
We
theme.
have apple pie on our minds
I
tonight.
know. So you guys maybe will have to take that too. This is really cool. This is a charging station, and it has a place for your iWatch, your phone, and your earbuds. And then you can just plug that into the wall. I'm giving those to the men in my life because they're always
Wow.
stealing my chargers. And so now they'll have their own little place to be
Awesome.
kept. This is something that Natasha is super excited about, the whitening strips. You can go to your dentist and grab some of these. These are the disposable ones. I also have And you can put on the package all is merry and bright or white.
Oh, all is merry and
Right?
white. Yeah.
But these Colgate, this is our new whitening system at Clower Dental, and I totally love this. And it is interchangeable with family members. It uses ionic technology, and you just put the whitening gel in the top and the bottom, and then you push this little button, and then it goes for about, I think it's 2 minutes. You keep it in your mouth. For people who have sensitive teeth,
Right.
this has been a lifesaver.
Okay.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So, and then you can just rinse it with hot water, and another family member can use it. So,
See, I don't know if I'd dare do that.
and then we have, it's how much you trust your people, right? Let's wrap. Okay, this is a cute little idea. I don't know if we're gonna have time to wrap, but with my my little grandkids, I try and give them Christmas jammies. So I found these little cheap bags at the dollar store, and I got them each their favorite. Like Knox, like Spider-Man, I found Spider-Man, Mulan. This one, the little Frozen. So in that, I'm gonna give them their pajamas, which we'll give them on the first Sunday in December. And then they love the Pezzas. They're in love with them right now. So a little candy, and then a little bath time, all to kind of go with their theme of who their
Okay.
favorite is. So I'll put that in there and then wrap it up pretty.
Coolest
And then I'll
grandma
be
in the
able-
world.
Yes.
Oh, and then you can do some of these chocolate bombs with them too.
And some little sockies. How much time do we
love
have?
it. That is it, friend.
Okay.
We gotta
Angie,
wrap
you're
it up.
awesome. This
You
was
are awesome.
motivating.
Well, we
We
didn't
are
even
ready
get
to
to wrapping,
go.
guys, but you got that part. Go back and watch year 4.
Maybe if we have time on the page, we can post some of the tips and tricks with
Perfect.
Ange. All right. Well, coming up next, we'll talk holiday food ideas. We're not going anywhere. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Now that we are into full holiday mode, let's talk about the food. Welcome Chelsea Lords from Chelsea's Messy Apron to the Chatter. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back.
And the studio doesn't know, but before we started, we were all over taking pictures of the food.
Because it's gorgeous food.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
I mean, it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Wow.
Is that like a fun element of you being a food blogger? Is like the beauty, the presentation at the end, or do you like what? Or
Yeah,
what do you,
I mean, it's one of my
Yeah.
favorite parts. Like, it's part of like the creative process. So making food beautiful and then like photographing it and editing it, it's a lot of work and it's really challenging. Maybe not like the most natural thing for me, but it's also really fun because it pushes me. It helps me be creative. I feel like, you know, I'm actually creating art with the food. So it's
It really
fun.
is art.
I mean,
It really is
yeah,
art.
it can be. A lot of photos don't turn out how I want them to. They're not very artistic.
It looks so great here.
It looks great here, but not here. So, but it is a fun part of the creation process.
But don't
I
you think food tastes better when it looks pretty or
Well, I mean, like you
nice,
eat with your
maybe?
eyes first, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
everything you see, like if it's presented prettier, you're gonna automatically think this is gonna taste better. So garnishes, you know, pops of color, they go a long way
Okay.
when you're serving food.
So do you have a favorite stage in the process of cooking?
The actual creation of a recipe. So when I think probably like the initial planning and like trying to think, you know, what flavors, what elements will go together. That's probably like my favorite part.
Okay.
And then
See,
kind of, you know,
that's
making
so
it come to
scary.
life. That's what's
that
fun for me.
scares me.
Oh, yeah.
Like to just be
Why?
like a little ginger.
Oh, I have
What
no
would I
idea.
put with that? Oh, a little flour.
I'm like, it says half a teaspoon of salt. I'm not going to do any less or any more and not add anything else.
No, yeah, that would scare me to actually create a recipe. I mean, me, let alone cooking the recipe, but like actually creating like a brand new one, I can't
Yeah.
even imagine like that.
Well, that's my favorite part. But
So what about holiday food? I mean, there has to be something about holiday food that you really, really enjoy. Is there one element or something that you really like better than another?
I mean, not to sound cheesy, but like holiday food, it's about the memories. Like for me, it's all, you know, it's bringing family together, it's bringing friends together, and it's, you know, uniting over really great food. And that's to me what the holidays are, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, any of these big holidays, we really, as soon as we think about them, we think about, you know, the family gathering and what we're going to eat. And so
menu.
I think, yeah, the menu. So it's just, that's the fun part. You just think of, I think food can instantly bring you back to a memory, to a conversation with a loved one, and it just brings you back to maybe cooking with grandma or your mom in the kitchen. And so to me, like that's what holiday food
brings together is just good memories, like a lot of love, and it's just so fun to create that and create those memories with your family, your friends.
You make it sound super important to involve your family while baking during the holidays. That's an important element, to involve the kids or the teenagers, come in the kitchen and let's do it together, rather than just you doing it all by yourself and then
Right. And it's not as easy as it sounds. It's not very picture perfect, like cooking with kids, but I'm so glad my mom did it. Like, those are my favorite memories, is baking with my mom for Christmas time. She didn't love to cook, but she was a big baker. And so all of my Christmas memories, all my holiday memories are making treats with mom. And so I have to remember, I have all these good memories. And so as I try it with my kids, I just have to remember it's tricky and it's difficult and there's a lot of casualties of things getting ruined, but it's all about the memories and
not about it being perfect.
It's not about it being perfect,
except for if we need to do one for a picture.
but then the kids aren't involved in that. But
now step away, children. Go take a bath.
Or you leave other cookies for them to decorate.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those don't
There you go.
Make it into the pictures.
Is there something now that when you're involved that they say you have to make whatever it is? Is there your specialty that's always you must make
Thanksgiving dinner? Yes. Funny enough, my dressing recipe.
Okay.
It's dressing, stuffing, depending on where you're from and what it's called. That is kind of become my signature dish, I guess. So
okay.
It's actually really, really simple. Just a lot of fresh herbs and onion, celery, and good bread.
So you don't use stovetop.
No.
And spike it up with some celery and onion.
No.
But there's nothing wrong with doing that.
No, I am all for shortcuts. With holiday meals, you just can't do it all.
Right.
And that's why there's products, and that's why there's
a little
companies
bit
that
of both.
create these things.
But yeah, your
great.
signature that
But
you spend time with that.
And I think, if you have something like a side dish that takes a little bit more time, that's okay if you do shortcuts for the other things. But if it's your signature thing, it's kind of fun to make it from scratch and to create something that's a little unique.
Tell us what you've made here. This looks
All right,
delicious.
so this is an apple pie, and my husband's favorite dessert actually in the whole world is apple pie. And so I have been making him this apple pie since we were dating. I had actually never made pie, and we started dating and he's like, can you make me a pie? You like to bake and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even like pie. No, I don't know how to make a pie. And so it became my mission to perfect an apple pie for him. And so I feel like this recipe has been, 10 years in the making. So
Really
it's taken me a long time.
Yeah, it looks perfect.
Because he's very, particular. It's his favorite dessert. So, and he says this is his favorite apple pie. So
And it's beautiful. From here, I can see the sugar.
Oh, well, you're
on the
nice.
top.
And the crust is
I know, I'm
perfectly brown. You could just imagine what it's gonna feel and taste like.
It's a lot of practice. So that's his,
Beautiful.
This is his holiday dessert. I guess that's a must-have of the holidays.
Okay.
And then over here, we've got some salted caramel cheesecake cookies. So I kind of that's one of my favorite desserts, and I channeled that dessert into a cookie. So we've got a graham cracker cookie base.
Wow.
And then a cream cheese frosting with some mascarpone cheese, and then a salted caramel drizzle, just a caramel on top.
That looks amazing.
And these are one of my favorite cookies. They're a little bit involved, but if you're doing a cookie exchange, maybe next year, or a cookie party or something like that, these are a show-stopping, really fun treat it's a very unique cookie, I guess. And then these are pumpkin scones, and some have the cream cheese frosting, and then just a maple glaze. And
Those look
Oh my God.
my mouth is watering.
I would pray to get your name in the cookie exchange, and you would be like, please don't get Natasha.
And then
Get the store-bought cookie.
skipping.
Right. And there's your
Pillsbury ones.
cookies. These are gorgeous.
Oh, thank
wow.
you.
That's such an amazing talent.
Chelsea, I refer to your blog regularly when
You're
I
so
cook.
nice
So
to
I
me.
have a question for you.
Yes.
A lot of your cookie recipes will say melt the butter and then bring it back to room temperature. And that's the first time I've ever seen that. I've always seen take it out of the fridge and get your butter to room temperature. So why do you have us melt it and then bring it back to room temperature?
Right.
Yeah, so this is kind of I call it my secret for cookies. Cookies are my favorite treat. And so for most of my cookie recipes, melt the butter, and like you said, bring it back to room temperature. And so melting the butter is gonna give you a really soft, chewy cookie. When you cream the butter with sugar, it kind of it beats in air, and it's going to make like a fluffier, just a different consistency. And so when you melt the butter, you're going to get like a really chewy, sweet cookie. Just kind of more concentrated. And the reason we don't add the hot melted butter into the other ingredients is because when you have hot butter and you mix it with sugar, it's going to actually start melting that sugar and cause like a greasy cookie. And so it's a little bit of a particular part of this baking process for the cookies, but it really makes like, you've tried it. It makes a really chewy, good cookie.
So you don't want it warm at all.
You don't want it.
Okay.
I mean, even a little bit warm's okay, but if it's hot, it's going to start melting the butters.
Okay.
You know, before we want them melting in the oven, and so that's going to make it like greasy. So you'd have like a ring of grease, or your cookie will spread too much. So.
Okay. So when you have. Okay, I've been wanting to create a good cookie, but my cookies a lot of times will just get flat. Why is that?
So there's a lot of different reasons.
Okay,
first,
tell me a couple.
We're at a disadvantage where we have a high altitude.
Okay.
So we're in Utah.
Supposed to take off?
And second, it's most likely actually because your ingredients are too warm. So you want a cookie when it's going into the oven to be relatively cold or at least room temperature, because the oven's going to melt that butter and make it spread. And so I think the best thing is honestly to chill the dough. So roll your cookie dough balls, what you're going to roll, and then put them in the fridge and have them going into the oven cold. And that should stop the spread.
Okay.
And another thing is if you roll your cookie dough balls a little bit higher instead of wider, it's going to like, you know, if you think about it kind of being like more of a high cookie dough ball, it has more time to spread down instead of just like if you have a flat cookie dough ball, it's just going to spread.
So that's why you have that.
Wow.
You guys, that's another thing about her blog is she gives you all these tips. Like you get a recipe book, right? And it just says, these are the ingredients, beat this, add this, put it in. But with hers, it's like, here's a
this
tip.
doesn't work.
Like, and it's like tip after tip. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Because it's so frustrating when you're baking. Baking's such a science, and it's so precise, and it's so frustrating.
And it takes
when you
time
make
and
a
experimenting
recipe
to figure it out.
and it doesn't work, it's so frustrating. And so I like to like include all those tips and everything I've learned over years of testing.
You need it.
You need to taste it.
Oh, I don't even know which one I want.
You know, it can make
This is really your
such a
favorite
difference.
I want
cookie
both.
ever.
This is one of my favorite cookies ever.
Better than your
this is
cinnamon
amazing.
roll?
My husband thinks so. So he'll have to let me know.
This is
It kind of
so
just
good.
depends on what you like, you know. I'm like a cheesecake person, so.
Oh, wow.
That's incredible.
No more talking now.
Right. Yeah.
Chelsea.
That is amazing.
But what did you call
So
this
good.
cheese?
Mascarpone.
Which
Never heard of that. Have you? Okay.
I have, but I don't know
It
what
is
it is.
so good. I think it's like a cream cheese, but a little bit less tangy and a little bit sweeter. I like it better than cream cheese, but I added both, so you still get that, you know, that tang, but it's not as
But it's not
overwhelming.
as, yeah.
So where did you find this mass?
It's right next to like cream cheeses and other like.
In our local stores. You didn't have to go to Italy for it?
No. Right at Walmart down the road. So.
At the local neighborhood Walmart, you
Yes.
found that.
I am telling you, this is delicious.
Thank you.
So good. I can see why he would love this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in heaven.
Cheesecake
Yes, while
inspired.
we're in heaven, eating, remind everybody where they can give you a follow.
So my website's chelseasmessyapron.com, and that links out to like my social media, and all of these recipes are on the site. So.
Chelsea, you're
Oh,
awesome.
you're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming
You
back.
guys are so
Happy
nice to me.
holidays.
Bringing food. Yeah, that's
Thank
amazing.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's more studio chatter coming up. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Are we now ready for the holidays?
I feel ready.
I
feel
do.
ready.
I feel excited now.
Angie,
I'm
you
ready.
are such a talented woman to rap like you do.
No, you guys, I love it. But then
You are the holidays.
But then I feel like that's
should
not that big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, it's a big
It's
deal.
a big
Well,
deal.
sometimes after I do one, I must admit, it's probably like Chelsea feels like after she bakes like this perfect cookie.
Yes.
I'll wrap her present. And I'll be like, guys, this looks so pretty. This is cute. Oh, that is cute.
And look at this apple pie.
Uh-huh.
Can
Right?
you believe?
I can't believe. I'm awestruck always because I'm like, I have no apple pie and I have no gift. But I know talented people that have all the
Natasha,
things.
you have a lot of other talents. Look at you.
Yep.
You're our star of our show, kid.
Yeah,
Carol.
we would not want to sit
Yep.
in that
Never.
chair.
No, but no.
Oh, no, the flavors she uses is...
I know. And just gorgeous. Like it
Yeah.
tastes good and it looks like gorgeous.
Yeah, I will just say it
Amazing
again to our
talents.
viewers. follow her blog, follow her on Instagram. I go there regularly. If I just want like a new vegetable, I'll just put in the search bar vegetables and it just pulls up things like her flavors. It's good.
Truly talented.
Well, and I love how
good.
she said, like, I try him several times, let my family taste him, and
She lets the neighbors taste a lot.
yeah, and Stacy's now going to find her new home over there.
Oh my gosh.
And
Days
really,
at 10
Yeah,
over there
yeah.
with Chelsea.
If you don't have skills on your own, I mean, go to the places, go to Elements. Let the people that have the talents help
Right.
you out.
This is darling.
Because
I think
this
we all
is
want to take
talent.
it home. It is.
I would never choose to put something like that, and like it just adds that woodsy
Yeah.
feel. I don't
It
know.
just
It's
pops
just-
the rest of it.
And I like to do things on my own. I think women especially, we have that inner, like we want to create, like
Right.
to some degree something. And so I
Right.
can do like a low key create, but then I
Right.
think, ooh,
And
someone
it
else.
panics you to
Right.
do a bigger something.
Yeah, I'm just basic.
And another reminder, Spanish Fork City is amazing. Get out there and
Good reminder.
and-
They really are. I love
and
our town.
use and
We're lucky.
use.
Do I call it a
That
town or
free
city?
money.
I feel like it's both.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, a town is like a certain, maybe,
I think we're getting to a city now.
Yeah,
It's
but I just
definitely
love it.
a
It
small
feels like
city.
a town, but it is a fabulous city. And I love what they're doing with the program.
Yeah, use that
I think I
program.
want Cloud
Use it,
Dental
use
to
it.
sign up. I don't think it's too late, right?
No.
Doctors'
Yeah,
offices can
they
do
can
it.
totally sign
I'm
up.
going to look into that.
yeah, totally do it. And let's report back next time if we spend our $25.
And where we spend it?
Yeah.
My sister's closet. Just kidding.
Right?
I'll try and let Rhett and Bo have one.
You'll try. Or
No,
give it
you
to
won't.
the needy.
Natasha's
I
going to
wouldn't.
If you get the mail first.
Then I get it?
Yeah.
I always get the mail.
See, Chris always
I'd be
gets
like,
the mail. I'd be ticked if he's like, hey, I take that.
What gift
took it down to
certificates?
Cal Ranch
I'm
and
not
it's
sure
gone.
what you're talking about, right?
Well, good luck. I don't think we're going to be as hustle and bustle this year, so enjoy
Yeah.
the next couple weeks. We'll see each other again before the holidays, but it's going to be awesome.
It will be.
Sounds like
Love you,
fun.
ladies.
Okay, well, thanks for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the chatter. Stay safe.